Hey everyone, welcome back to The Explainer. Today, we are visually mapping out the absolute roller coaster career of a guy who has literally dazzled millions of fans across the globe. You guessed it, we're talking about Neymar Jr. We're going to track his unbelievable evolution, right from a Brazilian prodigy making his first steps on the pitch, all the way to cementing his legacy as a true global football icon.
Here's our roadmap for today. We'll start with Part 1, the rise at Santos. Then, Part 2, reaching the European summit. Moving on to Part 3, a global club journey. And finally, Part 4, Brazil's greatest goal scorer.
Okay, let's dive into this. As you can see, Neymar didn't exactly stay in one comfort zone. We're looking at a pretty wild 5-phase geographic journey here. He starts at Santos in Brazil, makes the massive leap across the pond to Barcelona, shifts over to PSG, expands out to Al Hilal in Asia, and then, looking at that poetic return right back to Santos.
So Chapter 1, the rise at Santos. Look, every global icon has an origin story, right? For Neymar, it all begins on February 5, 1992, in Brazil. Growing up in the heartland of what is arguably the world's most passionate and, let's be honest, demanding football culture wasn't just background noise. It was the absolute crucible that forged his dazzling, unpredictable style. The pressure to perform over there is just immense, and that intense environment shaped him from day one.
Now, what's just mind-blowing to me here is how impossibly young he was when he started hitting these legendary milestones. I mean, he didn't just show potential, he completely dominated. He captured the Copa Libertadores, which is the pinnacle of South American club football, and, as if carrying his team wasn't enough, he casually claims the 2011 FIFA Puskas Award for the most beautiful goal scored anywhere in the world that entire year. These triumphs didn't just put him on the map, they proved he was a once-in-a-generation talent.
All right, Chapter 2, reaching the European summit. Leaving your home continent to go compete in Europe, that's a daunting challenge for anyone. But Neymar didn't just adapt, he absolutely conquered. Headlining at Barcelona, he reached the absolute peak of European club football. We're talking about securing the highly coveted UEFA Champions League title right alongside multiple domestic league crowns. He essentially proved that this phenomenal, flair-filled skill set he built up in South America could completely dismantle the absolute best, most tactically disciplined defenses in the world.
Moving on to Section 3, a global club journey.
Now, accumulating major domestic titles across totally distinct continents, that is an incredibly rare feat. Just look at these steps. Step 1, conquering Europe with absolute heavyweight clubs like Barcelona and PSG. Step 2, taking his massive star power all the way to Asia with Al Hilal. And Step 3, completing the circle with a return home to Santos. He basically took his unique brand of football on a global tour, successfully adapting to a massive variety of football cultures along the way. Which brings us to Chapter 4, Brazil's greatest goal scorer.
And this brilliantly illustrates his dual-threat legacy. On one side, you have his club peak, delivering in the 2015 UEFA Champions League final. And then, just 1 year later, you have his international peak at the 2016 Olympic final. Delivering European club dominance and then turning around and delivering Olympic gold on home soil, that requires balancing immense, fiercely competing pressures. Honestly, very few athletes can handle the weight of Europe's biggest clubs while simultaneously carrying the sky-high expectations of an entire nation. But he proved he could do exactly that. And that Olympic gold wasn't just some isolated fluke either. Look at his performance in the 2013 FIFA Confederations Cup final. Delivering the goods in these incredibly high-stakes, pressure-cooker international matches really set the stage for the ultimate crescendo of his national team legacy. When the spotlight was at its absolute brightest, he consistently found a way to elevate his game.
Which brings us, inevitably, to this massive, massive number. 79. Just take a second and let that sink in. In the long, almost mythological history of Brazilian football, this single number represents Neymar sitting at the very top of the mountain.
By mid-2026, he reached 79 goals in roughly 128 matches. Let me be clear, this officially makes him Brazil's all-time leading scorer. Better than the legends of the 60s, the 90s, the early 2000s, you name it. In terms of pure goal volume for the national team, he's the guy. Scoring 79 goals in about 128 appearances is just a staggering strike rate. It demands incredible consistency, wild longevity, and a relentless ability to find the back of the net, all while bearing the immense cultural weight of wearing that iconic yellow jersey.
So we arrive at our final thought. We've tracked his crazy journey from Santos over to Barcelona, Paris, Al Hilal, and back. We've seen him conquer the Copa Libertadores, the Champions League, and the Olympics, with major titles across 3 distinct continents, plus holding the ultimate scoring record for football's most storied nation. Where do you think Neymar ranks among football's true immortals? I really hope this explainer has given you the data to debate that one with your friends. Thanks for joining me today. Keep learning, stay curious, and I'll catch you next time.